In the name of Allah, I started. This is my second lesson. It is about the pleasure of paradise, part 1 of 2. In the name of Allah. The paradise is something which people will never be able to understand until they actually enter it. But God has shown us glimpses of it in the Quran. He has described it as a place essentially different to the life of this world, both in the very nature and the purpose of life, as well as the type of delights which people will enjoy. The Quran tells people about paradise, which God offered to them, describe its great blessings, and proclaim its beauty to everyone. It informed people that paradise is one of the two ways of life prepared for them in the afterworld, and that is every good thing will be there in the paradise to a degree that surpasses our present ability to imagine. It also shows that paradise is a place where all blessings have been created perfectly, and where people will be offered everything their soul and hearts will desire, and that people will be far removed from want and need, anxiety or sadness, sorrow and regret. Every kind of beauty and blessing exists in the paradise, and will be revered and will be revealed with a perfection never seen or known before. God has prepared such blessings there as a gift, and this will be offered only to people with whom He is pleased. But what is the nature of these delights in the paradise, and how will it be different from the delights of this world? We will try to highlight a few of these differences. Pure delight without pain and suffering. While people in this world experience some delight, they also face much toil and suffering. As for the life of the hereafter, there will be no hardship nor suffering in it, and the people will live there in pure joy and delight. All the causes of sorrow, pain, and suffering which people experience in this life will be absent in the hereafter. Let's take a look at some of these causes. Wealth. When one thinks of success in this life, they usually imagine big houses, fine jewelry and clothing, and a big expensive car. Financial stability is seen to be the key to a happy life. Even so, this is the farthest from the truth. How many times have we seen the wealth of the people living such a miserable life that it sometimes even leads them to commit suicide? When this desire is not satisfied, it causes some extent of grief in the person. For this reason, God has promised people that they will have all that they imagine as far as wealth was for those who were extremely poor. God gave us a glimpse of this wealth when He says, in the name of Allah, there will be there all their souls could desire, all that the eyes could delight in the Quran. Again, in the name of Allah, eat and drink at ease for that which you have sent forth, good deeds in day past. In the Quran, in the name of Allah, they will be adorned therein with bracelets of gold, and they will wear green garments of fine silk and heavy brocade. They will recline therein on raised thorns. How good is the recompense! The recompense! How beautiful a couch is there to recline on! Disease and death. Another cause of pain and suffering in this life is the death of a loved one or disease, which are both non-existent in the paradise. None will feel any sickness or pain in the paradise. The Prophet Muhammad, may God praise him, said about the people of the paradise, they will never fall ill, blow their noses or spit. None will die in the paradise, all shall live eternally enjoying the pleasures of paradise. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, says that there will be a caller will call out in the paradise when people enter it, saying, just listen, indeed, may you be healthy and never be sick again. May you live and never die again. May you be young and never grow feeble again. May you enjoy and never feel sorrow and regret again. Social relationship. People will never hear any evil or hurting comment or speech in the paradise. They will only hear good words and words of peace. God says, they will not hear therein ill speech or commission of sin, but only the saying of peace, peace. There will be no enmity between people, nor ill feeling. In the name of Allah, and we will shall remove from their breasts any mutual hatred or sense of energy which they had in the life of this world. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, say, there will be no hatred among them. Their heart will be as one, and they will glorify God morning and evening. People will have the best of company in the hereafter, who were also the best people in the world, in the name of Allah. And whoever obey God and the Messenger, those will be with the ones on whom God has bestowed favor of the prophets, the steadfast affirmers of the truth, the martyrs and righteous and excellent are those as companies. The pleasure of the paradise. This is part 2. The eternalness of the hereafter. The pleasure of this world are transient, while the joy of the hereafter are lasting and eternal. In this life, when a person enjoys something, it is only a short while before they get bored with it and try to search for something they feel is better, or they may not feel a need for it. As for the delights of the paradise, a person will never feel bored with anything, but rather its goodness will increase each time. Also, the life of this world is very short. Human only life on this earth for a short time, while and very few reach the age of 70. I wish all 70, okay? In the name of Allah, say, short is the enjoyment of this world. The hereafter is far better for him who fears God. As for paradise, people will live forever. God say, in the name of Allah, its provision is eternal, and so is its shade. In the name of Allah, what is with you must vanish, and what is with God will endure. In the name of Allah, it will be said to them, this is our provision which will never finish. Superior delights. The delights of the people of the paradise, such as their clothing, food, drink, jewelry, and palaces, will be far superior to their counterparts in this world. There is in fact no room for comparison, and even the smallest space in the paradise is better than this world and all that is in it. The Prophet Muhammad, may God praise him, said, the space of the paw of any one of you in the paradise is better than all the sun rises on. So you could imagine. Impurity. Free from all impurity. Paradise is free from all impurity of this world. Eating and drinking in this life result in the need of excretion, and it is associated with unpleasant odor. If a person drink wine in this world, he loses his mind. Women in this world menstruate and give birth, which are source of pain and hurt. Paradise is free from all these discomforts. Its people will not urinate, defecate, spit, or suffer from anything. The wine of the paradise, as described by its creator, is, in the name of Allah, crystal white, delicious to those who drink, free from intoxication, nor will they suffer intoxication therefore. The water of the paradise doesn't become brackish, and its milk never changed in its favor. In the name of Allah, rivers of water, incorruptible rivers of milk, of which the taste never changes. The women of the paradise are pure and free from menstruation, postnatal bleeding, and all the other impurity suffered by women in the world, and all are free from stool and feces. God says, in the name of Allah, and they shall have therein purified mates. The Prophet Muhammad answered a person when they asked how the people of paradise will relieve themselves. He said, they relieve themselves by perspiring through their skins, and its fragrance will be that of musk, and all stomach will have lean. What we have mentioned has been a small comparison in order to understand the nature of the paradise, but God said its delights are truly hidden. In the name of Allah, no person knows what is kept hidden for them of joy as a reward for what they used to do. Paradise, there is nothing like it. The delights of the paradise surpasses the imagination and defy description. They are like nothing known to the people of this world. No matter how advanced we may become, what we achieve is as nothing in comparison with the joy of the hereafter. As it is mentioned in several reports, there is nothing like paradise. Muhammad, peace be on him, say, "It is a sparkling light, aromatic plant, a lofty palace, a flowing river, ripe fruit, a beautiful wife, and abundant clothing, in an eternal abode of radiant joy, in a beautiful soundly constructed high houses." The Sahaba asked the Prophet, when I mean by Sahaba, it means friends who believe in Muhammad, and they believe that Muhammad is a messenger. When they asked him about the building of paradise, and he replied with a wonderful description. Just listen, this is not words of Muhammad, it's words from Allah sent to Jibril, and Jibril sent to Muhammad to tell him these words. Bricks of gold and silver and mortar of fragrant musk, pebbles of beryl and sapphire and soil of saffron. Whoever enter it, filled with joy, and will never feel miserable, he will live there forever, and never die. Their clothes will never wear out, and their yachts will never fade. In the name of Allah, God says, and when you look there in paradise, you will see a delight that can't be imagined, and a great domain. What God has kept hidden from us, the delight of the paradise, is beyond our ability to comprehend. The Prophet said that God said, "I have prepared for my slave what no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no human heart can imagine." In the name of Allah, no person knows what is kept hidden for them of joy as a reward for what they used to do. In another report, never mind what God has told you, what he has not told you is even greater. In another articles, we will attempt to mention some of the specific details of paradise and the delights in the paradise described to us by God and his Prophet. Finally, I wish from all to not waste their places in the paradise, and think again and again and again, and read about Islam and what Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, say to us, and what God says, read the Quran, and I wish all say the light, and I wish all enter the paradise. Thanks, and Assalamu alaikum.